What's up, traders? So today we're going to talk about Robinhood. I have some information that will better help us determine where it may go from here. And then we'll also talk about the disconnect of what the market currently believes it's worth versus what it's actually worth. And then lastly, we will look at a potential trade within the Mumu platform. Now, if you're new to the channel, my name is Rashad. I am a full-time options trader and I bring in the bulk of my income via the stock market. And I have a goal to bring in $1 million worth of profit in 2026. But before we begin, go ahead and do me a huge favor and smash that like button. And do remember that this is not financial advice, nor is it a recommendation to buy, sell, or hold any equities or options contracts. All trading comes with risk. Now, y'all already know me and know that I'm going to start with a word from God that has to do with money, wealth building, or business. And today's word comes from Ecclesiastes 11:2, and it says, invest in 7 ventures, yes, in 8. You do not know what disaster may come upon the land. And the easy to read version states, diversify because you do not know what the future holds. And I think that this verse was very fitting for this week. Obviously, the market tanked during Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And you are likely much better off today if you diversified your trades, diversified your investments so that you did not have too much exposure to any single stock. But of course, I have to shout out some members of the Trader Freedom community. So Carlos, who is a fairly new member to the community, he's part of our 0 DTE day trading. And we can see that he brought in $2,130 for the day. So congratulations to you. Then we have Lee Joe, who says, grateful to close out the month of January at $14,909. Most of it came from selling puts and covered calls, with some from 0 DTE trades. I truly appreciate the guidance and community here. Proud to be a member for life, staying focused on consistency, compounding, and risk management while balancing a 9 to 5. Blessed. And we can see that Lijo actually last year had to start a trading LLC because he makes too much money. All right. There's money problems on both ends. You can either make too little or you can make too much. And then we already know Uncle Sam's going to come in and try to do what he needs to do. And so we got him set up with a trading LLC, but shout out to the great month for you, Lijo. Then we have Steven here who did crazy numbers. If we go ahead and click here, we can see that he did $74,600 in the month of January. And I mean, what can I say? This man literally just brought in a whole year's salary in one single month. So that is a crazy way to start off the year. So Steven, congratulations to you. And guys, if you know anybody who is looking to trade to freedom as well, tell them about the community. The link is below in the description. But not only will they get access to my exact trades that I am using in order to try to hit my $1 million per year goal, but they'll also get access to the course, access to ask me questions at any given time, and they'll be within a community of other traders who are all fighting for the exact same thing. So if you know anybody, the link is below in the description. But with that, let's get down to business. Now, as I'm sure you are aware, but the market had quite an interesting week this week, where Monday was green and Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday were horrible red days. And now we are very green for Friday. All right. So it kind of took us on quite the roller coaster. And that has been the exact same thing for Robinhood. It has tanked quite considerably this week, while it was already in a downtrend anyway. And so it has put this stock in a very interesting position. And it's actually quite interesting that it is up 13% just today, because I shared something with the community just yesterday. And here's what it was. So yesterday I posted this chart which showed the RSI, but I said right now Hood is the most oversold it has ever been in history. The market is treating the stock as if its entire business model relies on crypto, crashing it alongside the broader crypto market. But we have to look at the facts, not just the sentiment. Crypto only accounts for about 21% of their revenue. The market is reacting emotionally, ignoring the other 79% of their business. This is why we wait for the numbers. I'm looking forward to seeing the real story when they report earnings this upcoming Tuesday and the market's reaction. All right, but if I go ahead and make this picture bigger, we can see here, looking at this RSI, that it is the most oversold it has ever been. All right, it went slightly below where it was back in late 2021, and the lowest it's been since 2024. And so typically when you get this oversold, you can reasonably expect a nice bounce over the coming months, especially when we were talking about a good and profitable company such as Robinhood. You know, as an investor, as a trader, these opportunities are what you should be looking for. You want to find out when there is a disconnect of what the market believes a stock is worth versus what the company is actually worth. And the only reason Robinhood has been selling off the way it has is because its correlation with Bitcoin, which I don't believe it should be correlated with Bitcoin at all, because even with the 21% of their revenue that they get from crypto related items, it's not based on the value of the crypto. All right, this isn't MicroStrategy where the value of their stock should absolutely be based on the value of Bitcoin. Robinhood makes money off of transactions that deal with crypto. So even when people are selling crypto, they are making money off of those transactions. So it's not even like that 21% of their revenue just goes away just because the price of Bitcoin and other crypto related items goes down. And so there is a very, very, very clear disconnect on what the market believes versus what is actually happening. And so first off, let's talk about some of the reasons I am extremely bullish on Robinhood and how we in the community are taking advantage of this opportunity. And even on that exact same post, I was having conversations with other community members. And my guy Corey said, and I was listening to a podcast from the other day, Vlad from Hood said they are up to 27 million accounts now, although they reported 25.2 million in the last quarter. And I responded, I said, I didn't even know that. Yeah, no way the stock should be moving like this, but I'm fine with taking advantage of the disconnect. He then responded and said, you and me both. The amount they make from subscriptions is huge, and adding 10% new accounts for a broker dealer only means more money. Irrational retail, just like we saw with Meta in quarter 3. And then my guy Ryan said, not to mention they profit hugely on crypto volatility. So if anything, it should be increasing profits. All right, so both Corey and Ryan said it right there. First off, if this is true and they grew their accounts by 10% in the last quarter, then that is amazing. But also, as Ryan said, and I said previously, Robinhood makes money no matter what the current value of crypto-related items are. All right, so there's that, but let's dig a little deeper. So now we see Robinhood UK launches commission-free stocks and shares ISA. So Robinhood is actively extending their reach. They are going out to a broader market and opening up in more places around the world and even giving them some of the same benefits that we see here. And this article just came out a few days ago. And so this won't really impact what we hear for their upcoming earnings release. However, obviously, this will be a huge impact on their amount of members and will only go up from here. Now, Robinhood also likes to share their numbers every single month. However, they decided to keep their numbers from January for their earnings release that is happening on Tuesday. But I do have the information on how much the different sectors of their business did on the trading volumes for December. All right, so we can see here from December 1st to December 28th, the equity volumes were approximately $170 billion. The option contracts traded were approximately 179 million contracts. The crypto trading volumes were about 19 billion. And then lastly, and this is what I'm very, very, very interested to hear on their earnings report coming up soon, but they had event contracts traded were approximately 2.6 billion. Now, all early numbers indicate that Robinhood is getting the largest share of prediction markets. And over the last several months, it has been growing rapidly for them. Now, this is a huge, huge, huge addition to their revenue that is already doing well within and of itself. But now the prediction markets has become its fastest growing segment. And so I will definitely be paying attention to how they did in the month of January, but all signs show that it was probably very, very good. And as the prediction markets grow, that will even further reduce the amount of revenue for them that relies on cryptocurrency. And so for all of those reasons, I am very, very bullish on Robinhood. And I love the way that they have kind of flipped the sentiment on their company. Robinhood, 3, 4, 5 years ago, just had a negative sentiment around it. People didn't like it. Traders didn't like it. They were doing some things that most brokerage platforms would not do. And so Robinhood collectively was looked at very negatively. However, they've totally flipped that script. And now users of Robinhood absolutely love it. And then this information here was from its last earnings release, but I want to point out two different things. One is that Robinhood has what they call their Gold subscription. And it's just like a little $5 a month subscription, but it allows you access to certain things. And we can see during the previous quarter, it increased by 1.7 million or 77% year over year to 3.9 million. And so this is growing rapidly. And at $5, let's be honest, if you get into a pinch about something, you're probably not canceling a $5 per month subscription. And so this will probably continue to grow, especially as they're adding more and more members. And this is a good recurring revenue for them. This is something that a lot of different brokers do not have, but it just allows us to better predict how much revenue they will or will not have moving forward. And so I love that they have a recurring revenue portion to their funds, but also as of last quarter, they were repurchasing shares. And so we could see in the previous quarter, so this would be quarter 3 of 2025, they repurchased about $107 million worth of shares, representing 1 million shares. And that was at an average price of $104.95. And so hopefully, now again, we won't get this information in this upcoming earnings release, but hopefully they are taking advantage of this opportunity and purchase some shares here over the last few days at such a dirt cheap price. All right, but it does look like they do know how to take advantage of opportunities when their stock price drops, because they have collectively over time purchased 22 million shares back at an average price of $37.58. But those are all great things about this company that I do believe will continue to do great things. But now let's take a look at what analysts believe this stock is worth. And there are currently 22 different analysts covering the stock, and they still all have it as a moderate buy, which even more analysts could come on board if they have amazing earnings coming up here soon. But we can see the target prices here. The high target, some analysts have it at $180, the mean target of $149, and even the lowest of targets, the most bearish of analysts, have it at a price of $90. And even with this uptick today, it is still at a price of 82 bucks. All right, and so now we know what analysts think. But here, looking at the last 4 quarters of their earnings, we can see they have beat on earnings all 4 times, having beat by 19%, then 35%, then 19%, then 28%. All right, and so moving forward, we can see the average analyst is expecting 62 cents per share, which that will be a growth of about 14% year over year. But of course, on Tuesday, we will get the actual information of how they actually performed. But with knowing all of this information, let's go ahead into our platform and look at a potential trade. But first, I have to give a huge shout out to the sponsors of this video, Moomoo. Now, beyond just being an amazing brokerage and one that has tools way better than most brokerages that I know, right now they have one of the most amazing sign-up offers as well. When you open up an account using the link below in the description, not only can you get up to $1,000 of NVDA stock, but you can also get up to an 8.1% APY on your idle funds. And that is just crazy. But what was just added, they added in an additional $100 cash reward. When you open up an account using my link below in the description, you will not find this anywhere else. So make sure that you take advantage of this. But on top of all of that, their mobile platform is next level. Taking a look at their mobile app, so you can see here, you can see a lot of general information such as earnings and earnings calendars and earnings beats and economic calendars. However, what I like most is this investment theme. So if we click on investment themes, here they categorize stocks based on what they're impacted by. And so what I like most is this one that's called Nancy Pelosi Portfolio. Now, if you're not familiar, Nancy Pelosi is a US Congresswoman, and she seems to always select the right stocks right at the right time. And so Mumu conveniently put all the stocks that she is currently investing in right here on this list for you to see. And so if you just wanted to follow what Nancy Pelosi is doing, you could follow this investment theme in Mumu. But go ahead, check it out. The link is below in the description. You can get up to 60 free stocks, and you can only get that with this link. So go ahead and click it, and you can thank me later. So here we are in the options chain, and I really feel comfortable doing pretty much any bullish strategy here, right? This stock has been literally cut in half since October, and now, to my opinion, is trading at an extreme value. However, I would love to get ownership of this stock at an even cheaper price. As the stock prices come down, I've purchased some shares, and I want to go ahead and add to that to further lower my cost basis with those shares. And so if we come out and we select our date, I might go out to this date that's 41 days out from now. Now, all options premiums for this stock will be up because they have earnings coming up here soon. And so really you could do any expiration date and still get a pretty decent rate of return. However, I want to go a little further out to be able to select a pretty decently conservative strike price, because we don't know how the price will perform from here, right? Because investors still believe that is fairly linked to cryptocurrency. And so who knows when the market will change that sentiment. Hopefully, once earnings comes out, they'll realize, oh, their money is not really linked to how cryptocurrency moves. But until then, we will not know until that happens. And so I'll go out a little further. Nothing wrong with being more safe than sorry. And so I'll select this date that's 41 days out from now. And we can see even at these very low deltas, the premiums are amazing. And so normally I would go up to a delta of about 20. And so that will put me at the highest at this $65 strike, which I would be fine with doing that. But let's say we want to be a little bit more conservative, because we can, due to the high implied volatility and these amazing options premiums. Now, these options premiums have gone down today because HOOD is up so much. It's up nearly 13% as we speak. Now, had you entered into these trades just yesterday when the entire market was tanking and so was HOOD, then you would have found that these premiums are much higher. However, I'm recording the video today, so I have to go off of the data that we see today. All right, so maybe I would come to either the $60 or $55 strike, All right, and even at the $60 strike, we can see it's paying $151 to $155 per contract with a delta of about 0.11. So there's about an 11% chance that the stock price would drop down to that strike price by the expiration date. And this will give us about a 2.6% return on our invested capital for that time period. However, that would be about a 22% annualized return. All right, so that is a very good return. And we can see that the expected move is about $15. And so that strike price of 60 still puts us outside of that expected move. And so I would possibly start from there. But for me personally, I like to also ladder into my trades. What does that mean? That means if I plan on doing 10 contracts for the entire trade, then I'm not going to go in and do 10 contracts all at once. I may do 2 contracts on Monday. I may do 2 contracts on another day until I build up to that 10 contract amount that I wanted. Now, here's what that does. It allows me to, 1, select different strike prices on different days and possibly select different expirations as the stock price continues to fluctuate on the different days that I'm entering into the trade. Okay, but if we were to go ahead and just do this today, let's say at this $60 strike, then all we are doing by selling this put is we are agreeing to buy the shares at $60 if the price were to drop down below that by our expiration date. Okay, and so we can see here, this is where the stock price is currently. And if it goes up, we keep our money. If it stays there, we keep our money. If it goes down some, we keep our money. However, if it goes below 60, then we make a little bit less until about $58.49. And that would be our break even point. And then if the stock price were to continue dropping from there, then the contracts will become worth less and less. However, we are fine with purchasing the shares at the price that we selected. So again, either you get paid to wait around or you get paid to wait around and get shares of a stock that you really like at a price that you selected that was also much cheaper than what the stock price was when you first looked at it. All right. And so again, this is always going to be a win-win situation in my mind. All right, folks, but let me know down in the comments below what you think of Robinhood and how you plan on trading it if you are currently, and what do you think they will do for earnings? And then again, if you guys are interested in joining the Trade to Freedom community, come on and join us, Trade to Freedom with us. The link is below in the description. But with that, I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.